Tension flared outside the United Nations headquarters in New York on Thursday as police detained 3 Tibetan activists who had chained themselves to the building's gate. The demonstration marked exactly 1 week since 52-year-old Tibetan independent activist Lobga Rangzen, widely known as Lobga Rangzen, died after self-immolating near the same location. Protesters called for urgent international action against China's increasingly restrictive policy in Tibet. Flowers, flickering candles, and a framed photograph of Lobga Rangzen formed a solemn memorial on the sidewalk across from the United Nations on Thursday. 1 week after his self-immolation near this location, Tibetans and supporters gathered in prayer mourning his death while repeating his call for Tibetan unity and renewed action for Tibet. The demonstration soon escalated into an act of civil disobedience. 3 activists affiliated with Students for Free Tibet chained themselves to the gate of United Nations, briefly blocking access while demanding an immediate international response to the situation in Tibet. New York City police removed the activists and took them into custody. Students for Free Tibet later said that all 3 had been released.
Today we're blockading the exit of the United Nations headquarters because just 1 week ago, that's 7 days ago, Lobga Rangzen, a Tibetan independence activist and beloved member of our community, self-immolated right there, right across the street. We're taking action because Tibetan identity and Tibetan life is on the brink of extinction. The Chinese government for 67 years has ruled Tibet with an iron fist, so suffocating, such unbearable conditions that over 170 Tibetans have resorted to self-immolation as the only avenue of protest in the hopes that one day they will see a free Tibet. 1 day before Lobga Rangzen self-immolated, China's Ethnic Unity and Progress Law went into effect. It was enacted on July 1st. This law will legalize some of the most hardline assimilation policies in history, including the separation of 1 million Tibetan children from their families and into colonial boarding schools, the separation of Tibetan nomads en masse, and the instruction in Mandarin, exclusively Mandarin. This effectively makes being a Tibetan inside Tibet a crime.
Organizers said the protests reflected growing frustration over decades of political repression, culture restrictions, and international inaction. They warned that Tibet's language, religion, and national identity are facing an increasingly serious threat under Chinese rule. Activists pointed specifically to China's new law on promoting ethnic and progress, which officially took effect on July 1st. Beijing says the legislation is intended to strengthen national unity and build a shared national identity among China's 55 officially recognized ethnic minority groups. However, human rights organizations and international experts warned that the law could deepen forced assimilation, weaken minority language education, and further restrict cultural and religious expressions. Critics say the legislation reinforces existing policies that have expanded Mandarin-dominant education and placed large number of Tibetan children in state-run boarding schools, separating many from their families, language, and culture environment. United Nations experts have previously estimated that around 1 million Tibetan children are affected by China's boarding school system. The United States and the European Union have expressed serious concern about the new law, including provisions that Beijing says could apply to individuals and organizations outside China. Outside the UN gates, protesters directed their anger at what they describe as international silence. They called on UN Human Rights Chief Volker Türk to launch an independent investigation into Chinese policy in Tibet.
Right now, we have 1 million Tibetan children in boarding schools, preschool boarding, children as young as 4 and 5-year-olds who forget their mother tongue in 3 months. We want change. We want the United Nations to have unfettered access and investigation inside of Tibet. We want United Nations to break their silence on Tibet and Volker Türk to speak up. Tibet is a nation, not a minority.
Beijing maintains that Tibet has historically been part of China and described its takeover of the region in the earlier 1950s as a peaceful liberation. Tibetan exiles and international human rights organizations strongly dispute that account and accuse Chinese authorities of imposing extensive political, religion, and cultural repressions. Rights groups have also documented widespread surveillance in Tibet, including restrictions on peaceful expressions and the mass collection of DNA samples from Tibetan residents. Lobga Rangzen's death adds to a devastating history of Tibetan self-immolation protest. According to the International Campaign for Tibet, 159 Tibetans self-immolated inside Tibet between 2009 and 2022. 11 additional cases have occurred in exile, including Lobga Rangzen's death, the first known Tibetan self-immolation on United States soil.